Well, g'day folks. So I have to take my boat to get serviced, which is fine. I do that once a year. But the service centre for Mercury is 2 hours away, so it's 2 hours there. I stay overnight and then I drive 2 hours back the next day. So I'm just going to go over how I prepare my boat before I tow it a long way. So the very first thing I do is empty all the stuff out of it. And you don't particularly have to do this, but this is what I do. Everything that can be flown out from the wind or that can be stolen, whether it's at a truck stop or at a shop or at a servo or by the people that service it, you just don't want any problems. So I clean it out with almost everything, which only takes a few minutes. So first thing I'll do is clean out all my stuff that I don't want to lose. So I take out all my safety gear, all my tools. I take all that out, then there can be no problems. No problems with anything going missing or flying out of the boat while I travel. So that is step one. Before I put the boat on, I check the tow ball's tight. So that's good. I then check the wheel nuts on the trailer. So one thing to definitely check is to make sure you have a whatever you call, there's a tie lever that fits your car and your trailer, because you don't want to get a flat and then not be able to change it. So you also want to make sure your jack works. Your car jack is big enough for the trailer, high enough. If it's not, you might need some chocks so you can get the jack under to give a bit more lift. Definitely make sure you've got a spare tyre for your trailer, because if you haven't, well, big problem. I'll check the other side. So I have my spare tyre. So excellent. Next, I've got a reverse camera in my car, and I think I have a video of when I installed that, so you might want to go through my channel to check that if you're interested. But I know my tow ball, I've put a mark on my jockey wheel, so I know how high or low to lower my tow ball hitch, so that my tow ball comes just under here. So too high, you get it all wrong and it's smashing the back of your car. Too low, you got to get it in and out of your car too many times. So I've put a mark on, so my tow ball should just slide straight under there perfectly, fingers crossed. Oh, that's pretty good. Maybe just a fraction further back, but there you go. Very good. If you haven't got a reverse trailer, a reverse camera, my goodness, they're worth getting. Even this one was it's a wireless one, so there's no wiring at all. You just plug the front screen into the cigarette lighter so it has power, charge this, it's then solar powered from that moment on, and touch wood, it's been magnificent. Really, really good so far. I did wire in another one I wired one in once, a proper wired one, and it worked okay, but oh, it was sucky as to wire in. Didn't enjoy it at all. So this way, wireless is way better. So my D-shackles, you make sure you have load rated ones, so that if your trailer flies off, it is properly held on. So I have load rated ones. I can't read what it says, it's too dirty. But these are load rated, so I have mine. You don't want too much chain because it'll drag on the road. You don't want it too tight because it'll pull tight when you go in the corners. And I know that I just have mine on the third chain loop, third ring. So you're supposed to not do the D-shackles up too tight because they get stuck. But when I'm going a long way, I just snip them up a little bit with some pliers. Makes me feel a little bit better. Plug me trailer lights in. So you want to check those too. I'll check them later. Plug the trailer lights in, check them, make sure they work. Your reverse trailer brake, make sure it's off so your brakes work. Got your pin in to hold your lifter down. That's my reverse bipper. Take all the weight off your jockey wheel. I can snip my handle so it doesn't sag. You then lift it up. Now, so you can lift it wheel this way or wheel this way, wheel forward. And I don't do wheel forward. I was told that wheel back is better, because if for some reason this goes weird and it flops down, all that happens is the wheel rolls, it bounces along the trailer. With the other way around, maybe the wheel can get wedged and force itself under and make all sorts of out of control maneuvers for your car. So I have my wheel back, so if it falls down, it shouldn't because it clicks in, falls down, it just bounces along the road. And my handle, it's got these little things here that keep the handle up so the handle doesn't flop down. So that's good. So I've pulled the boat out, I've got a bit more space to walk around it now. So we checked that the winch is tight. So that's good, the winch is tight. We checked that the safety D-shackle is tight. I've strapped it down here, so that's tight. And I've strapped it down here, so that's tight. And that's a bit loose now. So that's tight. So now I secure the engine. So my engine, you can get engine mounts, engine supports, and I don't have one. I would like one, but I couldn't get one for this trailer because you need a back trailer bar support to put the engine support on. So this is not the best idea, but apparently it's okay. I have a spare one in case this cracks. But you don't want the engine just bouncing on the trailer, on the hydraulic lifter. So we wedge a bit of wood in there and just tighten it down. I always have the engine, so I can move mine, but I always have it tilted to one side, just that way if it moves the way I want it to move. Because if we go in the boat, See, I want to make sure if I'm going a long way, all my hoses aren't kinked up like that one was. I like to have them all kind of flowing nice. If my engine is pushed all the way the other way, there's a bit too much of a kink in these cables and the lines and the, so I prefer it this way. So I do it that way on purpose. Things like this, loose rope, I don't want any loose rope to come out. I can't see how it would, but I just don't want any problems. I turn my batteries off. And I think that's it. You just have a good look around. You can take your key out. Oops, sorry. You can take your key out so you don't lose it. It's not that it'll fly out, but you don't want someone to take it, because if they take your key, just the simple things like that can just be a real nightmare. If you've got to replace your key and you haven't got one, I have a spare one, but I just wrap that key in a rag and put it in my little storage spot. I'll do the same with this front rope. So of course lots of people don't do this stuff, but if I'm driving a long way by myself, I just like the peace of mind that nothing can fly out, nothing is loose. So I feel like that's everything. So you can see all the deck is clear. Nothing can fly out. There's nothing loose. So that's that. The boat's tied down in 3 different spots. I will have to go to the servo and put air. You want more air. Check your manual for your car, but you probably want more air in your back tyres. I've already done that, but I'll need more air in my trailer tyres. They're a little bit low, so I'll do that. But other than that, of course, I'll put the ladder up. Make sure there's nothing sitting on your gunnels, nothing sitting on your back steps. Make sure your trailer lights work. Make sure your bung is in or out, not just loose hanging at the back, because you'll lose it. And I think that's about it. If there's anything else you can think of that I've missed, stick it in the comments below. Otherwise, that's about it. I will check everything after about 20 minutes. I'll drive up the road. There's a spot about 20 minutes from where I am. I'll stop there and check it, and I might check it maybe another 2 or 3 times before I get there. It only takes a couple of seconds to check it, so it's worth doing. I always look under the trailer as well. Just make sure nothing's dragging or hanging on the road. Same with the car. But I think that's about it. We'll see what happens a few kilometers up the road. Fingers crossed. Alright, so I've been driving about half an hour, and I'm just gonna stop and check that everything looks like it should. So I start here at the front. Trailer lights are still plugged in. These shackles are still done up. Pins still in. The lights are still in. Tow ball still looks tight. The jockey wheel hasn't fallen down. Still tight. Check that. So everything looks good. Tires look good. So we've got a loose strap. So That's tight. I'll just tighten that back up. So these are the things you want to make sure it's worth stopping. Otherwise, if your strap's too long, that can drag for who knows how long. So that's still tight, it's done up. Engine looks okay, the wood's still in. Ladder's still up. One of those has come undone, so that's one down. I will climb in and have a quick look, see if nothing's moved. See, it only takes a minute to check. This has flown out, so that was wedged up in the back corner. So I'll secure that down by just chucking it in there. So it's definitely worth stopping for just a couple of minutes, making sure everything looks all right, which it does. This tyre looks fine. So the two little shackles are still done up. There's no problem with any of that. And I'd say we're good. There's no problem. I will check once more. There's nothing dragging. Nothing on the car dragging. Nothing under the trailer. So that's good. So I'm happy to keep going. So I do that. As I said, it's been about half an hour since I left home, and I'll probably check it in another hour or so. Whenever I stop, just have a quick look. But it's well worth it. Definitely well worth it. Even that strap, you know, you just pick up that strap flapping. I'll keep driving. So another thing I forgot to mention before is you can get these little flags, and they're a really good idea. You can put them on your boat engine. It just helps give other people a little bit of an idea that what's going on. If they're half daydreaming behind you, they can see the fluorescent flag. They know that there's a trailer, a boat engine. It just makes you a little more visible. So that is a good idea as well.